Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. Today is foundation featured. Hello, I am Rebecca of Frugalista. That sounds so weird. Okay, and foundation featured. So you guys, I'm gonna bet you've not heard of this foundation. I found it on Amazon, but I think it was either in a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad. And I don't know about you, but those things pique my curiosity like no other. I fall for the bait. I do. A couple things to know. Usually those ads pull footage from YouTubers and influencers that have nothing to do with the product they're talking about, which I know. That is a problem. And oftentimes you'll see a product and then you go to like Amazon or any of them, and what else is there besides Amazon? But you know what I mean, like the website, and then they have like the same product listed 10 times but with different names, different prices. I know. So I'll list the one I'm using, and hopefully that'll be the same one if you guys want to find it. This is definitely from China, like a lot of stuff is, you guys. Okay, this is from a brand called Fuera. This is the way the box looks. And it's, yeah. So, I was like, what? It's, okay, let me just describe to you. Let me just read to you the description. Or what it said on, it was like in the Facebook ad. So it is 24-hour matte without the flat, air-light texture, smooth texture, and I love this part. Best gift for your wife, girlfriend, mother, all beauty lovers. Okay. It was $3 and some change. So I'm like, okay, I want to know what is as good as foundation that's as good as my almond milk latte at Starbucks. Actually, it's cheaper. So I got shade. I got 2 shades because I'm like, they're so cheap. I'm going to knock myself out. And where do they say the shade? Help me. Oh, 102 nude, 104 buff. Okay. So let me get them out of the packages, and wait till you see the packaging. You're going to be like, that looks familiar. Hang on. And ta-da! Remember this one? Yeah. So I think it's kind of funny. I don't necessarily need a dupe for a $6 foundation. I mean, this is $6. This used to be the biggest thing ever on YouTube for foundation when they first launched it. Wayne Goss just gushed about the Ordinary foundation. It's around $6 and it is pretty darn good. The secret is to apply it with your fingers. The ingredients are hecka the same. So we're looking at water, we're looking at dimethicone, there's some pineapple fruit extract in Fuera, and there is no, oh, there is some fragrance. So this one has some fragrance and some other stuff too. So nothing terribly problematic. Fragrance is definitely at the bottom of the list, but I thought, what fun, let's try it. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna see how these shades work. Comes with a squeeze bottle. I mean, yeah, there was some crazy before and afters, and like, this is the longest wearing, crazy, fullest coverage, most natural looking foundation I've ever tried in my life. Sure, okay. And I'm like, I'll take 2 bottles, thank you. Okay, so this is 102, and this is 104. 102. There's kind of a big difference between them actually. And 104. I feel like this is gonna look like a ghost on me, and I'm so tired of the way last week, that was just not fun with the Sephora brand. It was way too light. So I'm actually gonna go a bit darker this time and just kind of deal with it on my neck. So that's my choice. I don't have any primer on, just sunscreen. I try and go sparingly because I think that, I don't know, I feel like I'm just feeling, yeah. And wow, I mean, wow. Wow. Like Owen Wilson says, wow. Wow. Have you guys seen that video with Darth Vader and Owen Wilson? It's hilarious. Holy crap. I don't smell the fragrance. Okay. I mean, I think you're gonna definitely see it on my neck. Wow. Oh, okay. I'm impressed. Why so scared, Rebecca? I don't know. Maybe because I didn't think something that was under $4 would work. Or if it did, I was afraid my face would fall off. What do you think? I don't feel like you need to do the finger thing. It's definitely thicker than the ordinary. It's so strange that it just covers, and it also feels powdery. It doesn't feel dry. It just seems like it's set. So I'm like, okay. I need a foundation brush. I'm gonna use my Doll 10. And I'm just gonna, I put like a half pump on there. Ooh, the brush definitely kind of soaks it up, gives it a thinner application. Hang on, let me try it on the back of my hand. I don't know if yeah, okay. No, I think I'm smelling my brush and the soap I put on I cleaned it with. I'm such a smeller. I'm always like, what is that? I know. So I like the damp beauty sponge because I feel like the water in the sponge, I mean, I really rang it out, but I feel like it kind of created almost just like more of a hydrating carrier to the product. I'm feeling like I'm really going dry. I'm like really Bob Rossing on here. Like, you know, like I'm gonna start stippling soon. And yeah, but it's not a bad finish. Like it's still looking good. It hasn't pulled product away. It's, you know, it's fine. It just, I liked the way it felt when I was applying it with a sponge because I get that sensation of, oh, I'm just putting in dampness on my dry skin. Oh my God. Hi, right? That looks pretty darn good, right? Okay, so you guys, I'm gonna do a quick, I'm gonna Jouer concealer it today. So, should I powder? I think I'm gonna powder a little bit. Why am I, hi. You guys are so sweet. I have the nicest subscribers. You guys are so nice. I mean, you would think you'd be calling like the loony bin and being like, there's this woman on YouTube. I'm a little concerned for her. She talks to her makeup. She, you know, but you don't. You're so sweet. You just like leave me nice comments. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for not thinking I'm terribly weird. Like just weird enough, right? Okay. I'm gonna pull out. So I like it. This feels nice. I'm gonna do a full face. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna share with you the rest of my thoughts, primarily about the foundation, but I might have some other random thoughts, you never know. And yeah, we'll see. I think, yeah, okay. Okay, I am back with all my makeup on, and I kind of am impressed. I mean, let's see here. I've had foundation that is 4 times, 8 times the price behave as well or worse than this one, and I feel like my makeup applied very nicely over the top. So yeah, and so yeah, that was like my German, Norwegian, yeah. What else? What am I trying to say? Oh, okay, yeah. So it's kind of oxidized on my neck, but I think also it's because it is a shade too dark. So it hasn't, so maybe it didn't oxidize. Maybe I'm just noticing it more on my neck, the difference in shade. But the good news is I don't think my face looks orange. Like I don't think, oh my gosh, my face is just kind of like getting darker, darker, darker. So I don't think that's the case. I definitely think that if you have a dry skin, priming first is great. Prime the skin, moisturize, you know, any other primer you can use, great. I don't see a problem with pores. So last week that Sephora matte that was long lasting, long wearing cream, that just like completely just showed every pore, and this doesn't. But it doesn't show texture. The product isn't textured, like, you know, when you apply a product and then it seems to kind of pull away and then it looks really patchy. That's not happening, but I feel like if you have any dry areas on your skin, any dry patches, anything that's not been primed, moisturized, exfoliated, that kind of thing, it can look patchy because it'll just kind of grip, it'll show everything because it's a matte. It says matte not flat. I don't think so. I think of matte not flat like the Pro Glow from L'Oreal and the new, the Tutti Frutti, the Too Faced foundation, you know, those are kind of like where they have a sheen to them. Even the Wonder 2 foundation has kind of a sheen to it, but this one is matte. It's matte. Yeah. So, and I feel like, I mean, this could be me too, but it's going a little bit in my forehead lines where I'm most expressive. It hasn't settled anywhere else though. So I've been wearing it for probably like 40 minutes with makeup over the top of it. And yeah, so I'm gonna go about the rest of my day. It's just kind of a cold, dry day here. It's not like Midwest, East Coast cold, but you know, it's like 38, 40 degrees instead of -40. I've got to run errands. I've got to walk the dog. I've just got to kind of do mom stuff. And so I will give it a good 6 hours and let you know how it feels. And if I hate it, I'll tell you sooner, because I can't, you know, like if I'm like, this is so uncomfortable, I'll let you know. Okay, guys. So that's it for now, and I will see you later. It's been 6 hours, and I have some good news and some bad news. I think you can tell that I look okay, right? Like everything's kind of held up. And so that is the good part. I think that the makeup has worn well. I think I look pretty good. Nothing has broken down terribly. It's not in my pores a bunch. You know, it looks okay. However, being a dry skin without primer and this being a matte foundation, I did find it to, I think it looks cakey. That's just what I'll say. I think my face looks a little bit cakey, just kind of like more made up. And it's the wrong shade. You know, it's like my neck is dark and But you know what a good thing to help with that is? An infinity scarf. So I just had my scarf right here all day, and I don't think anybody could tell what, you know, the difference was. So I felt like, oh, I look good. I felt like it settled in my lines, and normally that's concealer, but I noticed when I've looked at my footage from when I was applying it, and I was applying it all the way up here. And so it definitely creased and looked dry. That was not the Jouer concealer. The Jouer concealer's never done that to me. So yeah, so just those are what I would keep in mind. But for a $3.86 foundation or something, it's pretty darn good. Like, it's good. I've used worse, right? We've seen it. So it's a little problematic, you know, you're getting something, it's hard to find shades, it's hard to know what shades work, and I get it. And I'm not like saying, oh my gosh, you gotta go get this foundation, it's from Amazon, it's so cheap, it's great. I guess it was just more of like I'm curious, so if you're curious with me, let's play with this together and we'll see. And it was kind of a fun experiment, and it's not bad. So for the most part, you Fawera, I will coverage foundation, naturally flawless, oil controlling, lightweight feel, soft matte, long wear. I mean, all true, all true. 1 ounce for less than $1. So, you know, if you're like me, you're kind of a junkie, you want to check things out. If you have oily skin, you're looking for long wear, you're looking for matte, it's pretty good. Now, if there's any claims for transfer proof, not true. And I have my white sweater. Can you see that? Like, I took one for the team. I went like this. I don't know if you can see that, but it's super smudged. This is machine washable, so it was $10 at Marshall's. So I was like, let's see if it's transfer proof. Yeah, it's surely not. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and this foundation featured. Tell your friends, come watch my channel, subscribe and share this video if you want, and all that good stuff. And I will see you next time. Bye.